Hey, good evening, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. This is Chris in the Cultiverse. I hope you guys are having a blessed day as always, and that your evening is going to meet you well in hand, having a beautiful, beautiful sit down with your family or even just with yourself. But either way, that you are making the best of life at this time in your life. So I had some interesting conversations in my lifetime. And a lot of those conversations went sideways for reasons that now are a lot more understandable than they were then. So conversating and talking about issues with a loved one, with friends or whatever, it's very important, first, one, that you're listening. And then two, because my family will tell you, my wife will tell you, listening has been a challenge for me over the years. And I didn't realize it because I was the guy that knew it all and I had the solution to everything. Right? So clearly that didn't serve me well. And I'm learning, but I'm still dealing with these things. But in any case, right? When having a conversation with someone, one of the important things that you should be doing is trying to understand where the conversation is going, right? So if your husband or your wife brings up a conversation to you, try to understand what their purpose in bringing up the conversation is, for one. So I'll give you an example. Many years ago, my wife would bring things to me, bring up issues to me, and I would think, are you saying this to me because you just want to vent? Okay. Are you saying this to me because you want a divorce? Hopefully not. Are you saying this to me because you want me to improve on something that you're not satisfied with? But a lot of the times when we have conversations, it's so many pieces of everything is just being brought up into the conversation to the point you no longer understand what the point is in the conversation. And I know that it helped me a lot to understand, no, Chris, I don't want a divorce. I don't want this or that. I just want something to improve. And it's like, whew, okay, so now we can deal with the situation. But sometimes if you're expecting the worst out of a conversation, especially a conversation that appears to be just kind of all over the place because there are many things that could be wrong, then it leaves you anxious, it leaves you upset, and then you're going to respond that way. At least I know this guy did. So I don't know, unless you're a different sort of human being, if you don't have a good idea of where the conversation is going, but yet you're hearing what seems to be like, I don't know, don't want to say complaints, but whatever it is, you want to call it complaints, you want to call it concerns, whatever you want to call it, but they're being lobbied kind of toward you, and you feel like it's against you. It would be good to understand the only way you're going to recognize that it's for something better is to understand, okay, this is not about a divorce. This is not about that. Conversations could take the form of emotional. It can be a social kind of thing, right? It can be so many different things, right? If you are emotional about something, you're upset about something, or somebody's upset about something with you, it's really like, slow down, listen, how can I help kind of thing. What do you need me to do? And then you see to it that you can do it or try to do it. Put an honest kind of foot forward, if you know what I mean, and trying to resolve what it is that your partner, spouse, friend, family member is asking of you, So that's just it, though. A lot of the times we're not really understanding where the conversation is going or what type of conversation is this. And I'm going to talk more on this because there are different types of conversations. And a lot of the times we fail to recognize what conversation we're in, you know? And if you don't recognize the conversation that you're in, you're going to bring the wrong attitude or the wrong type of thinking into the conversation because you're thinking the worst of it, you know? And conversely, if you're thinking everything is roses and you don't understand this is not that time, you know, this is a different sort of time that, you know, somebody's asking you to reflect on maybe what you did, you know. Well, you know, that same thing goes for that. You know, you just have to know what conversation you're in. And I know for myself coming up, when I was younger, I didn't recognize that there could be different sort of conversations. I didn't recognize that if I took my time to understand where the person is coming from, what lane they're in, then I can get in that lane with them and the conversation could be smoother. So all I'm saying to you today is real simple, all right? Please take time, number one, to listen. Listen harder, listen with your heart. That's the first thing, because that's going to help you to recognize where you are. Don't listen with offense like this guy did a good portion of his life. And sometimes I still do. It's, you know, somebody says something that's kind of says something against you, or you feel like it's against you because you're not listening well enough. And it's hard to get around that sometimes. But the more that we're aware and the more that we get educated into our own thinking as human beings and just, and to, you know, a little bit more how the body and mind works, right? If we do that a little bit more and take that seriously, then we will see that, you know what? I was upset for nothing. I raised a hair about something that I really did not have to get upset for. So let's learn how to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how, you know, come back to this channel, because we're going to be having a lot of conversations about things like that. Because again, this is stuff that this guy has been through. And I want you guys out there, you out there in the cultiverse, you out there following along with me. At least I hope you will, right? I want you guys to pick up what I pick up, because I plan to pick up a lot, improve a lot, and help other people do the same thing. So remember to listen, all right? Make it your job, if nothing else, today, starting today. Try to listen to people harder, especially those that are close to you. Listen with care and concern, and take up the challenge. Somebody's going to come to you. They're going to say, hey, you did this, you did that, yet again, whatever it is. They're going to do it, right? Because we're not perfect. There's always going to be somebody that's complaining about something. What you need to do is settle in and say, yes, an opportunity to exercise what Chris is talking about today. It's an opportunity to exercise patience, thorough listening with your heart, right? And then also trying to understand where the conversation belongs. Okay, again, if you're a spouse, does the conversation belong, you know, does it belong in the I'm pissed off at you category? Or in the divorce category? Or, you know, things like that. Is it just about the kids and that's all it is? And there's some small correction that needs to be made? Whatever it is, you got to figure it out. We're going to be caught off. Let me not say that. We're going to find ourselves battling against our offenses in order to get to this place, this higher place. You know, you want to take it higher in your life. Let everything be an opportunity for promotion is what I like to say. In any case, hey, do your best. And hey, by all means, man, drop a comment. Let me know if you just do this one thing, such as listening, which everybody knows, but we just fail to practice. I'm more like a facilitator, somebody that's reminding you of something. This is not something where I have this, I'm preaching from the podium, like, you know, this is, or from the pulpit, they like to say, but this is really We need to remind ourselves of best practices that are going to help us advance ourselves along in society a lot better. Okay, so today, take your time to listen to somebody that you would normally find yourself at odds with. Slow down and see if you can hear with your heart and maybe answer with your heart in the same way, you know? Just a thought, man. Hey, this is Chris in the Cultiverse. Hope you guys are having a blessed day, as always, and I will see you shortly. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, check me out, and we are going to have a rocking good time on this channel, and we're going to grow, most importantly. All right? God bless you all. Have a good one.